Welcome to the Game Changer podcast. Today's topic, starting a business and dealing with imposter syndrome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Game Changer podcast with Setema Gali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing.
What's up? Good to be with you guys here. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe, like if this makes sense, if it helps you, makes a difference for you. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or any of the other platforms, do me a huge favor. Please leave a review for us. All right, so I was working with a client. Talking with the client who's launched a new business. Been in business for probably 10 months. Got a good team. She's in multiple states, and we're texting back and forth about the business. And she's like, and something happened, and she says, it's times like this where I just feel like I'm not good enough, like I'm an imposter, like I don't belong. Has that ever happened to you listening? Have you ever done a sport, gone to the gym? Have you ever tried something and real quickly you recognize and you learned like, oh man, I don't feel like I belong. I don't feel like I'm supposed to do this. I know this feeling. Happens quite often. It used to happen a lot. It doesn't happen as often anymore. Some people call it the imposter syndrome, right? It's where you're this imposter. Well, let me help you through this, okay? First of all, it's normal, okay? Listen to me. There's some pauses here on purpose. I need you to think for a moment. Tell me who in business had it so perfect that they attempted it one time and they hit a home run and then millions of dollars came flowing into their bank account. If you haven't figured out by now, business is tough. There's a reason why there's more employees than there are business owners. And it's not that employees are bad. No, we need employees. I need employees. I have employees. I have people on my team. And there was a time and a place where I was an employee. The business owners, if you are that person, you take on a risk. You take on a burden, a weight, and a load that's going to test and try you. For all of you out there who are like, oh, I feel like I have imposter syndrome. Well, first of all, it's not like Down syndrome where in Down syndrome, right, there's something with chromosomes. Like there's a genetic thing. Imposter syndrome is a word that we made up to call ourselves, again, however you want to say it. Who am I to do this? I don't belong. I'm not good enough. So the first thing is stop acting like it's real, right? Stop acting like this whole thing is real. It's not real. It's a thought that turned into a story that you believe to be true for a small moment. And all of a sudden, that thought and that story and that truth brings up these feelings. Oh, I'm not good enough. I don't belong. So let's just wipe out. There's no such thing as imposter syndrome. But for content's sake, we'll call it imposter syndrome. It's not real, though. You guys get that? There's no like genetic disorder in your chromosomes, in your DNA. It's called the human condition. You have thoughts, all kinds of thoughts like clouds in the sky, thoughts come and go. Now, whether or not you choose to attach to the thought and believe it, it's up to you. But let's just say for, again, the podcast's sake, you feel this way. Now, let's just address it head on. It's normal. Did you really think you were going to come into this business or your business, door-to-door sales, NFL football, open up your bakery, open up your food truck, start into mortgages and real estate, be a real estate investor? Did you really think you're going to waltz in? Now, I know you didn't think this to my client, but I just want you to ask yourself, did you think it was going to be that easy? It's not. It's challenging. It's tough. In fact, you should feel unworthy quite a bit because here's what happens, right? As you push and you level up and you're increasing like your knowledge and your information, and then you implement that knowledge and information, you're trying to go like this, right? Call it level up. As you level up, the old you is like, whoa, this is scary. Come back. That ever happened to you? You try to go do something new and it's so uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable. Old self-gravity says, come back and just stay comfortable. Got news for you. It doesn't work that way. If you have dreams to build an empire, if you have dreams to have lots of financial wealth, if you have dreams to fulfill a purpose and a calling and a mission, then just know it's going to be hard. This is as long as you know that. Like playing football is hard. You get hit, your muscles hurt, you get concussions, you get busted ACLs, and you stink. Football players stink. All their sweaty pads. That's the game. Being an entrepreneur and a business owner is the same thing. You're going to get hit with opposition. You're going to hit with resistance. So for those of you who have this made-up term called imposter syndrome, it's normal. Now, how do you deal with it? Really, really simple. Number one, You become highly aware, like, okay, I should feel. Setema said, I'm going to feel this way. It's normal. So you don't need to go down, why am I feeling this way? Downward spiral. I should quit and get a job. Nah. You just be aware it's normal. Number 2, declare, right? Speak into, create with the words you say. I am what? See, so long as you're thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, you start to attach your meaning and your interpretation to this thought, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. But if you latch onto that, all of a sudden you're going to feel it. All of a sudden it's going to be real. All of a sudden you're going to be, everything I do is not good enough. And it's this simple frame or lens paradigm by which you're seeing it. I want you just to simply say, I am what? Fill in the blank. I am what? I'm the boss. I'm a business guru. I am the table. I bring things to the table. And here's the cool thing about it. If you have thoughts that say I'm not good enough, you know what you ought to do? You have to take a step back and say, okay, well, where am I not good enough? Right here. Cool. Let me go become competent and do the work to stack evidence to give me confidence. Let me say this again. Confidence doesn't come from just getting hyped up and watching Rocky 3 or Rocky 4. Again, I use those as references. My boys love to watch that. Confidence and power come from competence, meaning skill sets. Take the skill sets and then go put the skill sets into action, which then brings about what we call implementation. Competence, implement, gives us evidence and proof that, hey, I'm actually pretty good. Stack a lot of evidence with a lot of competence and you can get this thing called confidence. Now that's how you wipe out the whole, I'm not good enough, I don't belong, I got this imposter syndrome. You're going to have that until you build competence and stack the evidence. Now, as you continue to build your competence, aka develop skills pay the bills, and skills is what demonstrates value, dollars follow value. You got to be able to express and display value in the marketplace to get more dollars. As you rise and level up, this new you is going to be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm hiring people. I've got payroll. I'm into this uncharted territory. Of course you are. That's the game of business. But after a while, this becomes a new baseline. It's normal. And then you level up again. Oh my gosh, it's scary. It's scary up here. After a while, this becomes the new baseline. And you continue to stack evidence. You continue to develop competencies, aka skills. And pretty soon, you recognize, oh, the thought, I'm not good enough. You're like, oh, there's that thought again. No, I'm good. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, there's the thought again. That's kind of funny. No, not that. There's the thought again. Well, I'm not that because I am a business guru. Because business gurus do this and I'm doing what business gurus do. We learn, we study, we implement, we integrate, we hire, we fire, we build, we grow, we market, we sell. We get our hands dirty by jumping into the trenches, picking up shovels, figuratively, and dig. Then we hand the shovel to someone else and teach them how to dig. Then we move up to the next level and we start to scale and grow your business. Listen, if you're not feeling like an imposter, you're not pushing. You're not pushing hard enough. If you're feeling like an imposter, congratulations. You're doing a great job. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're pushing, you're growing, you're expanding. To all the business owners out there, got news for you. Congratulations. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game of getting your butt kicked and getting your butt handed to you. You want to go do 10 million? You're probably going to lose somewhere between $500,000 to $1 million in that process. You want to go make $1 million? Get ready to lose 50 to 100 grand. And I mean lose, you get your butt kicked. You launch a marketing campaign, you invest in some people, you invest in something, and it doesn't pan out. That's the game. It's true. You want to make $1 million? Just be prepared to have lost at least 100,000. You want to make 10 million? You're going to lose at least $1 million. I've been there plenty of times. You want to make 100 million? You're going to lose about 10 million. And there's always the people, oh, that's not true. Yeah, it's true. Go talk to anybody in business. They've had their fair share of lumps. They've had their fair share. So to my client, all the clients, to all the people listening to this, whether you're a parent, whether you're starting a diet, whether you're starting a nutrition program, whether you're starting a new marketing campaign or you're in a new field, feeling like you don't belong and you're not worthy, that's okay and it's normal. You probably don't yet, but you get to go develop a competency, aka develop skills, implement and stack evidence, proof, evidence, proof, evidence, proof. And it's like, dude, I actually do belong. I can speak to this client. 10 different states, almost 100 new students in her business. She's got a big payroll that she's paying out. She's got employees and team members. She's got a home base, a headquarters in Nevada, Las Vegas, all from starting from delivering Amazon packages and giving blood to make money. A lot of evidence there. And as she continues to level up, again, I'm talking to all of you. I may be talking about her, but I'm talking to all of you. Go stack evidence. Go prove to yourself. If there's ever a part of you that's like, oh, I'm just not that good, why don't you look at it and say, well, where am I not that good? And then develop the skill sets and competencies. I'll share one quick experience, and you've heard it before in here. I'll never, ever forget going to knock doors for a living in 2011. I wasn't that good. I did not know how to do it. I was afraid. I was terrified. We were negative in the bank account. We had no money. We were broke. And I found myself like, what am I going to do with my life? 36 years old. So what did I do? I went and developed a competency, a skill set. I practiced over and over. I role played, I studied, I practiced, I role played, I knocked, I talked, I walked, I closed, non-stop. I was like a Terminator. If you've ever seen Arnold Schwarzenegger's 1984, I couldn't be stopped because I said to myself, I am the number one rookie in all of the company. I was not. I was behind the number one, but I was close. I was in the top 5 and I loved it. And it changed my life. Developing the competency, like practicing, leveling up. Now, even in my job as a coach today, I have an amazing business, I have an amazing team. And as I hit new levels, you don't think I still have like, oh, am I good enough to do this? Am I good enough to do this? It's normal. So get over that like you're special because you have imposter syndrome. You ain't. If you're pushing and you're rising, you're going to feel it. And that's okay. Be aware of it. Declare and change the story. And as you change the story from I don't belong to I am the table, I am a business guru. Well, what do business gurus do? And how do business gurus be? They're powerful. They show up. They do the work. They do what's required. In order to do what's required, you got to have skill sets and competencies. Then you stack evidence and proof. Headquarters, children, courses, headquarters, certified teacher. We got people coming all out of the woodworks for the business, for my client. Huge shout out to Elite Performance Prep Academy. You know who I'm talking about. We've talked about her before on the podcast. Our Amazon driver. She's amazing. If you want to homeschool, check us out. ElitePerformancePrepAcademy.com. My boys are with the organization because, of course, I'm with it and I love it. But I appreciate her being the material today because, again, she goes through it, but I go through it too. We all go through it. So for those of you who are feeling this way, it's okay. Welcome to the game. Be aware of it. Change the dialogue, create the I am statements, build your competencies, which builds skill sets, apply the skill sets, stack the evidence, stack the proof. Voila! You get to the next level, and with every new level, new devils will be waiting. But we know how to deal with those. Guys, I appreciate y'all listening. I hope you're enjoying this. Thank you for sharing this message. Thank you for living, and thank you for being a game changer. Until next time, I'm out.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping till we win, yup.